Welcome to a massive WhatNot and eBay haul. Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. Thank you for joining me. It's a very hot afternoon in Los Angeles. I got a bonus at work and I've been kind of going crazy, and this is where I absolutely stop. I am not going to buy any more on WhatNot app this month, but wow, I'm getting so many good deals. So many of the comics were $1 or $2 each. It's so hard for me not to just jump on and try to buy more. But you know what? Maybe I should say until I read the ones that I bought, I can't go on WhatNot and buy any more. I think that's a good strategy. I'm just gonna start flipping through them. Here is a Sam Keith Venom. I actually really like Sam Keith's art. Here's another example. I also got this on WhatNot. It's in a different pile. I just think his art is quirky. It's fun. So when I saw this Venom cover for $1, I snatched it up. I'm a sucker for anything John Byrne. Pretty cool Hulk cover. 2 Silver Surfer covers. Now, I originally had all of this, but I thought these were both pretty cool covers. I'm not trying to get the entire run, but I really did like those covers there. A current artist that I like is Gabriele D'Otto, and I'm wondering if he does the interior art. And this is, I think, it's a 5-issue set, and there's also variant covers that are sketches of each one. So I've got something new to collect. I got to get 10 issues of this, and I can't wait to jump in. I want to open this up and see if the interior art is like the cover. You know what? Let me just do it right now. I know you're all patient out there. The interior art does seem to be D'Otto. There's so many ads in it though. So let me go ahead and show the interior art. Here's an example of some D'Otto art. I guess this would be a good series to have in a collected edition because wow, there are so many ads on that. What a cool Iron Man cover. I'm not collecting the later Iron Mans, but I dug that cover. I especially hate this armor style. This is a George Perez Batman. Couldn't pass that up. I think the artist is called Jeff McDaniels, and he was one of the ones who came after Frank Miller, and it was so hard to follow in his footsteps. But I think this artist did such a good job to continue that quirkiness that Frank Miller brought, but making it his own style as well. Here's another Daredevil. Hey, for $1, I couldn't pass up these Daredevils. Look, that's a John Romita Jr. cover. Now, this isn't a great cover, but I thought, these are going to look really good once I take them out and put them in Mylar. Look at that stunning cover. I probably paid $2 for that one. Who could pass up an old Inhumans for these cheap prices? Look, a Sergeant Fury. It's a great cover. I got a couple of old Marvel Tales, like seriously cheap. This is issue number 3. I am trying to collect the entire run, which is basically a reprint of Spider-Man's, even though the early issues reprinted a bunch of different comics. Here's another one of those Marvel Tales. That one's number 9. A John Romita Jr. Spider-Man. John Byrne on Batman. This is an homage cover, I think, to a very early issue of Batman, and they homage it. I don't know what they would call it. He mimics the pose that's in the newspaper, which is an homage of an older cover. This is Neil Adams. Of course, it's a little beat up, but wow, for that price, I couldn't pass it up. Sugar and Spike. Now this one has stainage, but it's a 12 center. I mean, come on. I'm not that into Charlton comics, but I'm starting to collect more and more. Look at her pants. Binky. That was $1. Now in here, it looks a little bit dirty, right? But I think it's going to clean up. And in Mylar, this is going to look great. It is a 1976, so that would be the bicentennial when this came out. I mean, look at that cover. Is gorgeous for $1. I was shocked. Nobody wanted this. Oh, I'm going to tell a story in a little bit that's maybe going to make you laugh, but maybe not. Like, I got all of these comics for $1. Look at her. Groovy. I can't wait to jump into some of these and read them. Here we got Archie's joke book. Another Archie. This is pretty funny. I read this cover. Hey you're blocking traffic. Can't you go any faster? Yes, officer, but I don't want to leave the car. Silly, but fun. This one is torn up, but it was a 15 center. I mean, those faces are just freaky. This one is like, hey, someone overnight built a gigantic statue of Batman. How did they do that? Like, I don't know how that thing is not falling down and smashing the entire city. This one is hard to see, but it's got a very interesting dark kind of purple cover, very Lovecraftian. Pretty cool. And I'm going to buy any of these. Just I'm trying to complete the runs on all of these gold key painted covers. I mean, you can see that this one is beat up, but until I find a better copy, I'm gonna keep getting them. I've got a couple of more modern Donald Duck Uncle Scrooges that I'm gonna give to my husband. Okay, this is a Spawn. This is actually the earliest Spawn that I own. I got rid of all my Spawns, and this one is number 41. But it's a Capullo. Yeah, it's Capullo. And if you know the Batman run, which is a Court of Owls, so that's the artist on that. That's just the coolest cover of this person dragging a dead Spider-Man along in a coffin. An old Hercules. This was a mini-series. Man, I used to have the entire thing. I just thought that was the coolest. Ghost Rider. Yeah, I dug that one. I'm going to pick up any old Marvels. I am not collecting Spider-Man 2099, but look at that cool cover. I couldn't pass that one up. Here's an old Conan. Okay, it's not actually that old. It's a 60 center. I have a story to tell. So I jumped into a room and there were 5 Conans and the bid was for like $2. So I immediately bid on it and I won. And then this person in the chat started complaining. Hey, those were mine. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought anybody could bid on these. He's like, but I picked them out. And I thought, wow. I mean, it was $2 for 5 old Conans. The person was complaining, but they didn't bid more. So I wrote, well, okay, I'm sorry. I thought this, everyone could bid. I went ahead and canceled it and apologized and said, hey, I'm sorry. I just jumped in and I saw, it was a great deal. But I thought to myself, really? Like, it's a bidding website. I mean, a bidding app. You're supposed to, bid, and anybody can be open to bidding. Anyways, the host was great. I ended up buying a lot of comics from them that day. But it was just funny, like, how, like, seriously? It's a bidding app. Okay, everybody out there knows that I have this one because I featured it before, but I thought this one was $2, I think. I thought, well, for $2, I can't pass it up. I could give it to somebody. Here's an old copy of New Mutants, number 4. This one I thought had a cool angle, like a taxi driver looking up into the air through his windshield and seeing Spider-Man swing by. That, to me, does not look like John Romita Jr. art. I think the interior art is Romita Jr., but I do not know I don't know who did this cover art. There's another Amazing Spider-Man. If it's got Spider-Man in a pose on the cover and it's decent, I was gonna get it, but look, he's got like people stuck in his web. I actually don't really like this artist, but it's an homage cover to that super famous Spider-Man number 50. What do you think? Do you guys like that art? Here, some great art on this Detective Comics from the New 52. Here is a Fantastic Four with the Phoenix, and I wish they had just let Phoenix die. Look at that amazing cover. Vault of Evil. They got to keep that fire stoked up so that the devil can get there. Look at this Hulk 149. It's got some issues, right? But I got it for so ridiculously cheap. That's what I like, because some people won't buy these issues that are a little bit beat up like that. For someone like me, I don't really need a copy that's mint, so then I can get something like this for pretty cheap. On Whatnot, you have to be careful, because some of them, they'll start it at $5 or $10. But some of the sellers on Whatnot, they have a policy where they always start at $1 or $2. This is the Incredible Hulk. It's a later one, right? It's $1. Here's another one. Great Hulk cover. That might be Byrne. It certainly really looks like John Byrne. I mean, especially when you look at the Rhino's face. A later issue, The Defenders. I'm not really collecting all the Defenders, but I really like that cover. I'm collecting all the early Defenders. And here's another issue of Marvel Tales. That one's number 69. And of course, The Arms of Dr. Octopus. This is a reprint. This one I already showed, which is Sam Keith. Here's a John Byrne Alpha Flight number 3. I mean, look at the colors. It's just all black and white. Like, John Byrne is such a great artist. There's another Alpha Flight, an old issue of Supervillain Team Up. Like, who could pass that up? I guess a lot of people could. This is Jay Lee. So after John Byrne left Namor, Jay Lee took over, and his art was so different. Even he's changed a lot over the years, but when he was the first on Namor, that was the type of art he was doing. It's like you can tell, like, look how different and weird that is. That I really appreciated. He was doing interesting things, like Marvel Team Up number 3. I think I paid $5 for that one. An Ant-Man. This is Marvel Feature. Iron Man. Fantastic Four. Doctor Doom cover. I look at this one, Fantastic Four 77. Look at that. Okay, this one is Banshee from the X-Men, the new X-Men. Look at what a cool cover that is. And this is a Frank Miller cover. Now, you can see, like, his art is really just quirky. It's like, it's hard to love, but so easy to appreciate. There's another Amazing Spider-Man. Like, I've got a long way to go to catch up on these Amazing Spider-Mans. Gosh, and I used to have all of these when I was young. Look at that. That is one of the greatest covers. Look at that. I showed the other issue where this guy's name is Carey, and it's right there. I didn't get his name right. But it's a 2-issue part, and he's got his hands around Spider-Man's throat, and it's such a great cover. This one isn't nowhere. This cover is nowhere near as good. Are you getting tired yet? Because this is only part 1. I've got a part 1, a part 2, and a part 3 of this. So we're still in part 1. Little Lulu, Mighty Samson. Here's a spotlight on Baby Huey. Brothers of the Spear, Little Lulu, Mighty Samson. Now this one is a weird one, right? Because it's not a painted cover. But since I'm going ahead and getting them, I decided to, get even the ones that aren't painted covers. Frog and the Sky Gods. Dagar the Invincible, or Dagar. Okay, this is weird. I think these are Christian comics. The Gift. And one seller had a bunch of them for sale, but I wanted this one because I kind of like the painted cover. But if any of you know, are these Christian comics? When I read it, I'll find out. There's usually, I remember a friend of mine when we were young had some Christian comics, and there was usually like a moral lesson at the end that related back to a Bible quote. This one is weird, right? It's a 10 center. I think it's from the 40s, but I could be wrong. But nobody wanted this for $1. I mean, a comic from 1940? And it's weird because it's got this, it's from a shoe store. It's just such a weird thing, and I guess they were supposed to stamp their address. Here are the Jungle Twins. Little Dot, another Dagar. Drag, and now look, like, I'm not sure who did this. It's like a mix between Frank Miller and Joe Kubert. I mean, but look at the crazy colors on this. Now, this is definitely, oh no, it's a 25 center. It's not too late in the run. Here's a Turok, Crusoe, Lieutenant Robin Crusoe, Brothers of the Spear, the Mighty Samson, Turok. As you can see, I'm really filling out my painted covers. Here's a Little Lulu, Beetle Bailey, another Beetle Bailey. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, No Sleep Till Dawn. Okay, it's like a Batman family. The Blue Devil. I actually really liked this series as a kid. This is another one that I had, but I thought it might have been better than the one I had, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Kid Cold Outlaw. And I got 2 issues of The Human Fly. I wish Larry at Larry's Library would do his weekly reads through this. I just think this is something quirky that he probably would like. But I could be wrong. He's been doing Godzilla and Cobra. And I just thought that, I don't know, Larry, do you have this series? And do you have all of them? I encourage you, if you have them, please do a read through. He complains that they're not as popular as his other shows, but So what? They're fun. I'm your greatest fan. Okay, this is an eBay lot that I won. I think I paid about $2.50 or $3 per issue when it came to the total with shipping. They're all, I believe, Dell Gold Keys, so I'm going to go through them really fast. I want this whole series. I like him so much. Look at Robert Loggia. I have two different ones. Look at that cool cover, but it's Robert Loggia. I would like to see this. Is that a movie or a show? That is such a great painted cover. Look at that thing. And that, my garageettes, I'm 24 minutes into this, and that ends part 1. Wow. Part 2 is like a short interlude. So I was in one stream and the people started making fun of me. Like it was weird. It was almost like bullying. They were mad because I was buying so much, and they started saying, that D-Mall, he'll buy anything. And I was like, hey, I got a bonus at work. You know, I'm just filling in gaps, and if they're bad, I can use them as, placeholders until I find a better copy. I mean, for $1, what you gonna do? And then, someone started defending me, but I'm gonna show you what they were making fun of. So I bought 5 comics. They were $1 each, and they're torn. They're just like so bad, okay? So I don't know. Like, they were making fun of me for buying these. But this comic is $1. It's probably 50 years old. Yes, it's not in good condition, but look what a beautiful comic it is. This, like, you're gonna see this one. Like, this one is torn up. But look at this. It's such a great cover. This one is a 10-cent Donald Duck. And I was also thinking, well, no one's going to buy this, right? And I'm actually helping the seller out. Because not only was I getting a lot of great comics, I was taking some comics off his hand that no one would ever buy. I mean, like I said, each one of them $1. Here's a 10-cent Mickey Mouse. So please, in the comments, what do you think? Did Garage Geek deserve to get bullied? They were like, hey, hold up a napkin and write something on it, and he's going to buy it. And I said, no, you have to crumple it up first. I was just like, what is going on? Like, there's no love. I'm helping this guy out. Part 3. I have 2 boxes that I haven't opened. So I'm going to open them now and show them. Oh, I want to tell you, some sellers are so cute. This one seller, they added all these cards, and they're called Super Trucks. I don't like trucks. I do like trading cards, but what's really cool is on the back, they have the owners, and like, they'll just be this random family picture. These trading cards are so cool in a way because, you get all these weird trucks. So sellers out there who sent me these, that's pretty awesome. What reminded me of that is as soon as I opened this up, all I did was like open this box, both boxes, so they would be ready. And then I threw one order in on top because I joined one person's feed and I started buying comics and then it ended, which that sucks. Why? Because you have to buy 1 or 2 comics before you get free shipping. So just at the point where I'd gotten free shipping, like, he shut down his stream, so I was kind of bummed about that. But I did get 2 really nice comics out of it. This Captain Adventure and this Old Thor. This seller was like throwing stickers in and some random cards. Here's a Star Wars character, and here is the White Queen card. Cute. Like, these stickers. All right, whatever. Let me move on. Pink Panther, Pink Panther, Pink Panther. Now a lot of these, they're older because these are like 40 centers, 30 centers. But like I said before, all these were $1. That's awesome. Wow. I love the movie Escape to Witch Mountain. I mean, it's really dated, but I saw it as a kid. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me because I have to enter every one of these comics into my database, and then most of them have to go into Mylar. I don't have enough Mylar to cover all this. My work is cut out for me. I got some DC Comics Presents. I mean, for a buck, come on. I have that one already. That one might be a freebie to somebody. I just thought that was interesting art, although I don't like what it's depicting. Man eating cow. So I hope that cow gets up and, yeah, gets some revenge on this guy. Here's another man eating cow. Animaniacs. My hubby will like that one. Like, can you believe I was getting every one of these for $1? And look at how gorgeous these comics are. One more box and we're done. What the heck? How did I get 2 of these? Oops. Did I bid on the same one twice? Look at that. Again, there you have John Byrne using that the black and white for an image. That's just so cool. You can see the signature right there. John Byrne's run on the Fantastic Four, by the way, is really, really good. So a lot of these are John Byrne covers. Oh man, this era of Fantastic Four is really good too. Yeah, this stuff is golden. Look, I'm getting some really... Oh, you know what? I think I paid like a lump sum for these Fantastic Fours. I bought them all as a bulk. And I don't want to tell you how much I paid. I actually paid a little bit extra. I remember that now. I think I paid $50 for all the Fantastic Fours. Like I bid, like they put it up as a lot. And other people were bidding on it. So this one I actually, was, battling it out. But, I mean... that's a lot to spend. How many did I get? There's 19 here, and there might be more if I showed in some other Fantastic Four. So the seller said they mixed them up between the 2 boxes. Iron Man, Marvel's Super Action. I do like these reprints. The Avengers. This is a horrible, horrible cover. But the thing is, whenever you have some kind of media guest star, like there's a Marvel team up where Spider-Man teams up with the not yet ready for primetime players, which basically the cast of Saturday Night Live, they can't reprint those in the Epic collections. So this one will probably not be available in the Epic collection. So if I see these, I grab them to, finish. Now this is Eric Larson. I'm not a huge Eric Larson fan, but it's such a dynamic cover that I went ahead and grabbed it. This is more in line of a painted cover. It's pretty cool, although it's a little bit dark. This She-Hulk, she looks ridiculous. I mean, look at her body. It's just weird and out of proportion. And But I liked all this She-Hulk smashing going on up here. I don't know. What do you think of that? I just think that's ridiculous. I don't know why I bought it. I like this part up here. And this is the Marvel Knights, which I actually haven't read the Marvel Knights stuff, so I need to get on that. The Eternals. You're talking $1 to $2 on almost every one of these comics. This is a reprint. Look at this. The Defenders number 12. Like, come on. I think I might have at the most paid $5. I just thought that was a great cover. This is Sienkiewicz, I think. There's another reprint, Marvel Triple Action. Oh, Spotlight. This is a reprint. This is also a reprint. I think these Fantastic Four might have come with that other group. There's one I did not have. It is kind of rough, but that's definitely going to fill a gap in my Luke Cage. I actually don't particularly like the art on that cover, but it's definitely going to fill a gap. Another Marvel Tales, classic X-Men. Oh, I love these. This is a reprint too. I would actually like to get all of these reprints. There you have it. That was Garage Geek going insane within a week on WhatNot. This is the dangers. Like, look at how many comics I got. And like I said, I've got to stop WhatNot for at least a month. I can't go on for a month. I've got to read all these comics, organize them. But anyways, what do you think? What do you think of the comics I got? If you think that I'm a hoarder and all of this is folly, that's fine. Write it in the comments. If there's a particular issue or group of issues that you really like seeing, let me know. Yeah, I'm still it's a whirlwind, and I still have more coming. I probably have about 4 or 5 more orders coming in. So I want to thank everyone for the support. This video is way longer than my Friday night chats. Garage Geek, the hoarder.